Boobs.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to
Comic Gamer Movie Show.
You know, I wish I had some right now because
it's a classic.
Okay, let's just go out and say this: we saw
Venom. This is our. If you're wondering, this is our review of Venom.
Spoiler-free review of Venom.
Totally spoiler-free review.
As best we can.
And Seth was holding his nose because the movie stinks.
The movie stinks like raw sewage, everybody.
Oh my gosh. I'm not going to get to my rant today, but I will be.
Yeah, we will rant.
My spoiler
free review.
Like, the spoiler review will come out eventually, and it's going to be pretty rant heavy, so look forward to that. This one
that's the spoiler review.
I'm saying that's the spoiler review. The spoiler review is going to be
This is the spoiler-free one. Well, we're going to keep it spoiler-free as absolutely possible. So, here we go. Tom Hardy, Eddie Brock, and Venom.
Tom Hardy.
I'm going to start with Tom Hardy because, in my opinion, he's like the only real good thing around this movie.
He's it.
But, in my opinion, he did not play up Eddie Brock very well.
He's the good thing, but he's like the king of the rats.
Yeah.
he's like the best turd in the freaking toilet bowl.
Yeah. He's the smooth one that came out. You were just
he's the turd that came out. He was like, oh, that was relaxing, man.
That didn't hurt me at all.
And the other ones, you're like, oh god, it's so lumpy.
But no, okay. So Tom Hardy himself playing as Eddie Brock. Like, I feel like if Tom Hardy had a lot, and then apparently you told me that he had a lot of less restrictions.
Oh yeah, I heard he straight up wrote some of his own stuff, improvised a lot of.
So that was that. No, I wouldn't have done that personally, but I think that was also a hindrance more than it was a help. And I just don't know. Like, you know more about Eddie Brock than I do. I mean, like, what do you think he did?
Tom Hardy's version of Eddie Brock isn't Eddie. In the comics, Eddie's kind of a dick. He's a complete asshole. Now, he has this ambitious streak, and he does have a wife, a girlfriend, that's the name of his girlfriend's Anne. I think it's the same in the movie. And that's on point. But Eddie Brock was an asshole. Mm-hmm. He's a hotshot reporter who took shots at who do anything to get a scoop. He was like, if you've ever seen the movie Nightcrawler, I don't know if you've ever seen that movie. It's with Jake Gyllenhaal. It's an amazing movie. You should go see it. And in Nightcrawler, Jake Gyllenhaal's reporter would do anything it gets to get a story. Anything. Break the law. Even creating a scoop. And that's what Eddie was. He was crazy. He'd do whatever it takes to get a scoop. And he came in conflict with... And he hated Peter, because Peter was his rival. Hated Jonah Jameson, because Jonah was never paying him. And, like, he had this complex thing going on. And then he got fired. And the movie tries to do the same thing, but it's not even the same. Because in the comics, he got fired because he wrongfully accused Spider-Man of doing something that he didn't do. And everyone was like, you tried to screw Spider-Man's name over. How dare you insult a hero? He lost his job. He lost his girl. And his wife didn't... minor spoiler. His girlfriend didn't leave him after one occurrence. She left him after she left him after a collection of things that happened that led to them breaking up.
Plus, in the comics, I think he also had cancer, so that is...
Yeah, and he had cancer, which the Venom symbiote cleared up pretty nicely for him. But, and then the Venom symbiote was attached... Well, okay, I'm not going to count all that other stuff, because that stuff was brought into it later. It's like kind of retcon. The whole Venom being attached to some random ruler and Venom being attached to Deadpool thing, that's like retcon. You know how comic books can be. The original symbiote was innocent and attached itself to Spider-Man, and it's naturally evil, almost on its own. The original symbiote. And it was messing with Spider-Man, and as we know, Spider-Man got rid of that symbiote in the Bell Tower. Which is an iconic scene for Venom. It's one of the most iconic scenes, is the goop falling down on Venom. One of the few things that Spider-Man 3 actually did...
was when he was ripping it off while the bells were chiming.
Yeah, while the bells were chiming. That is out of the comics. That's exactly how it went down. And Eddie Brock just being like, I hate everyone, I hate my life. And the Venom symbiote had hatred for Spider-Man. Eddie had hatred for Spider-Man. And they came together to become Venom.
He was already called.
He's already called Venom. Why? What? No, they came together. Whatever they are apart. I know the symbiote actually has a name. All the symbiotes actually have a name.
They like a name.
It's a weird, alien name. But they come together and then they become Venom. That's why when the Venom symbiote's attached to like other people, they have like it's like a different term on the word Venom, like Agent Venom. It's only called Venom when it's attached to Eddie Brock. Mm-hmm. That's the comic book, but this version...
It just somewhat... Well, the trailer, actually, funny enough, dude, the trailer really kind of did already spoil the plot of the movie. already.
Yeah.
And all that other shit was just, why is it there? Like, literally, I'm not kidding you. I'm like, don't, like, if you want to see this movie, don't watch the trailers, because they will spoil, like, the main plot anyway. Not like the shit.
To be fair, the main plot's so cookie cutter that you could have found it a fucking mile away. Okay, let's talk about the worst part of this movie. I'm just get this out the way right now.
The worst part?
The villain.
Oh, yeah, worst.
The villain is awful. He's god awful.
I don't even remember his name.
I don't
even know I don't remember his name.
I don't either. I know it was played by an actor, and that actor, it's nuts, because there are 3 actors in this movie who are Academy-nominated actors. Mm-hmm. The guy who played the villain was an Academy-nominated actor one time. The girl who played his love interest was an Academy-nominated actor one time.
So is Tom Hardy. Yeah.
And Tom Hardy! And somehow they managed to make them crappy.
Yeah.
It's almost like that one time when Halle Berry won an Oscar and then she was in Catwoman. And you're just like, what happened?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, that just proves to me that it's not the actors, it's the script.
Yeah.
To me, that just seems like more of the script's fault than anything. But it could be their fault, too. I'm not really sure. But, okay, so let me get the plot of the way, because literally the plot is in the trailer. Literally, the symbiotes come to Earth because a ship crashes on Earth. They find the symbiotes, bring them back to they keep the Life Foundation.
I actually discovered, like, the Life Foundation apparently found them on an asteroid and brought them back.
Yeah, on a comet.
On a comet, yeah.
But it's not really a spoiler. But it's like, found on a comet, just adrift in space, and brought them back. So, okay. So, they brought him back, they were testing on him, one of them escapes, that's Venom, and, the rest goes on. But then another symbiote comes in. Like I said, spoiler, it's already in the trailer, this isn't a spoiler. The gray symbiote is Riot. Well, again, if you read the Life Foundation comics, you know about him, so it's like...
By the way, if you think you're going to see more than just those two...
Oh, yeah, if you're going to see, the actual Life Foundation symbiotes, as in the 4 main ones, Riot, Agony, Scream, and, I can never remember the 4th one's name, but it was, it was Riot, Agony, Scream, and someone else.
Was it the purple one, or was
that was Agony?
Agony. It's a blue one.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called, though.
Yeah,
I can never remember the 4th one's name, but that's the comic version of the Life Foundation. And funny enough, you see a yellow symbiote. That's Scream's
They
color.
do nothing with those.
Yeah, they do not. No, it was a yellow. Was the other one green, or was it purple, blue, something like that?
That was a purple one.
Oh, it was purple, so that was Agony.
Yeah.
Or they
didn't do anything with it, though.
So they hinted at the other Life Foundation symbiotes, but it was weird because, the other thing, too, while this was going on, where were those other 2 symbiotes? Were they dead? Or, did they die?
I guess.
But they never brought it up.
I guess that's what they're trying to allude to, is that they died, but...
Yeah, they died, and it was, like I said, they wasted a really cool opportunity. They wasted such a cool opportunity, because, like I said, Riot is one of the 4... But he's not. But why would you keep one of the 4, but not all of the 4? I don't know. I thought that one doctor lady that you see in the trailer and in the movie, I thought she was going to get a Scream was going to attach to her, or Agony was going to attach to her.
That is so stupid, man. She's so stupid.
She was an idiot.
She was an idiot. Eddie was an idiot.
They were all literally. They're all idiots. Literally, that's another thing too, and also Eddie's love interest was just so MacGuffin.
She was just there.
She was just there to
turn
knobs.
She broke up with him on a whim. She fell back in love with him on a whim.
On a whim. Yeah, no, literally, no, guys, I'm not I'm not kidding you. When Eddie gets fired, she breaks up with him right then and there. That's not really a spoiler, because that happens. That's Venom anyway. So literally, okay, let's just keep going. So the villain was terrible. All right,
mustache twirling like a motherfucker.
Oh,
he is so bad.
We're not so different, you and I.
Okay, I'm gonna just let you guys know. I spent the first almost hour of the movie kind of nodding off.
Yeah, I could tell.
Everything with Eddie Brock was boring the fuck out of me. Mm-hmm. I was just like, this is so cliche. Ooh, he's badass.
You didn't even see. No, guys, you didn't even see the full Venom suit, whatever. I guess Venom body suit or whatever until halfway through. So 45 to 50 to an hour into this movie, you did not see Venom's full form. You only saw hints at it, and then also the voice thing too came out of nowhere. Where it was instead of building into it, they just said, "I'm hungry." Okay, you're talking now. Great,
it was just out of nowhere. I did like the voice itself, but some of the things
the voice itself was cool. But some of the words he said, I couldn't understand them. I was like,
I couldn't understand him. Some of the jokes were so fucking lame.
Jokes were lame.
There's a joke in the forest which I was just cringe-worthy, man.
Yeah, cringy.
Even the way she delivered it, his love interest, I was just like, that was bad. like everyone's an idiot.
Everyone's an idiot. Everyone apparently has the Speed Force because they can zip around everywhere.
Someone brought this up too, and like I did notice it, but I didn't really pay attention to it when I was watching it. But I did notice it. It's like sometimes he'd go into a scene and it'd be night, and he'd come out and it's day.
Yeah, for no reason.
And like the sun, it'd be like, what just happened?
That's another thing too I hated about this movie. Like that really made me mad was the pacing. The pacing was literally pinball. It was all over the place. Like for the first hour, it sped up, slowed down, sped up, slowed down, sped up, slowed down.
6 months later,
and then it lapped and did the 6 months later thing. Then it did it again, speed up, slow down. Like I mean, there was a scene where Eddie was in his apartment and it was so slow. You remember the.
Mm-hmm. By the way, me and you were talking in the car about like the whole. Yeah, there's no way you can afford an apartment in San Francisco if you got fired.
Yeah, well, if you got fired with no job, shit, man. You know how much townhouses. For those of you who don't know, who's interested in the housing market, a 2,145 square foot home townhouse in the city of San Francisco costs $2 million. In the state of Virginia, that's about 180 to 200,000. You do the math.
Yeah, and you can somehow afford to live in this nice apartment while
trying to look for a job.
No job. 6 months without a job. Not like if it's like a week
that
or
apartment
two,
wasn't even all that bad either. I mean, I'd live there.
I know it was a pretty good.
It was
they
a pretty
tried to
decent
make it look
apartment.
shitty on the outside, but then when you get inside of it, it's not that bad.
Yeah, it's like this isn't all that bad. Like I'd live here. I kicked the neighbor's ass for playing guitar, but I'd live there.
Dude, they were so inconsistent about Eddie because one moment he's a badass, devil me care, and the next moment he's kind of a coward.
Yeah, no, he's a bumbling, stuttering coward who like, I'm just talking to like he would stutter his words throughout. I mean, when shit was happening, I'm just sitting there going, okay, wait.
And then the next moment he's headbutting people.
Yeah, he's headbutting people and he's fine. But then the next moment he was a coward again, and I'm like, okay, for the first hour of the movie. I could get the cowardice part, and then once he finally was in perfect communion with with Venom, I'd see, his demeanor should have changed. His demeanor should have been like, oh, I can actually cooperate with this symbiote. Like, I don't have to be afraid anymore. I shouldn't be afraid anymore.
This movie ruined a great opportunity because Tom Hardy's a great actor. Like, all I can think through how most of this movie is, damn, man, we could have had this Tom Hardy's Venom with Tom Holland and a good movie produced by Marvel Studios instead of Sony because, Jesus, I guess Sony can make an animated movie because Spider-Verse looks like it's going to be good. But, man, like, and the thing that pisses me off, which I'll get into in my rant on another occasion, is that this movie is looking like it's going to get a sequel. It's looking more and more like it's going to get a sequel because of the money.
Because also the post-credit scene.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that was so bad. Yeah, Deshaun just...
Carrot Top showed up for a little bit.
Carrot Top. No, we're kidding. He wasn't actually Carrot Top.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I know, right?
I don't know.
Anyway. I think we spoiled it, though, but they should know this. All right, so what else can we talk about? Guys, literally, there was only 2 scenes in this movie where I think me and you found somewhat entertaining. Was the initial revealing of the Venom suit and the first fight with the cops.
Dude, it needs to be rated R. Me and you were talking about this, and we were like, dude, there are things where I'm just like, dude, this should be bloodier.
This should be bloodier. There should be splatter all over the map.
I don't know why they made it so comedic. Venom should have been more creepy. It should have
been scary.
If you wanted to have comedy, it should have been like some dark, twisted comedy and this dark, twisted tale. But it wasn't. It was just like played for fun.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, some of the jokes I would have used. Like after Venom eats a guy, he's like, "Man, I need to watch myself. I'm getting a little big there."
And everyone keeps using dialogue that's not real. Remember, like I'm gonna give away one line of dialogue: "The science never sleep."
Yeah, she was like no, she paused. She was like, "Oh wait, hello, Miss whatever. Weird skirt. No. First we thought it was skirt. Then we thought it was girth. And then it was skirt. Whatever.
We were almost right.
No, first it was skirt, and we were like, who the fuck's name is skirt? And then it was girth. It was like, wait, so your last name is like acronym for penis size? Congratulations. And then it was skirth, and we were like, okay, so literally it's girth with an S. Congratulations. God, whoever made this movie is a fucking retard. But
somebody else pointed. Oh no, I'm not gonna point this. I'm gonna talk to you off.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So here's the thing, guys. 2 scenes. The cop fight was pretty kick ass. Oh, that was another thing too. Like every time there was combat in this movie, it dragged on a long time.
A long time? You mean a long time?
Yeah, it was a long time.
Oh my gosh!
The initial motorcycle chase was.
Did you like that finale? That fight between Riot and Venom? I mean, I'm not giving nothing away. People know it's a fight. It was in the trailer.
It was in the trailer. No, yeah, the initial... No, at first, I was.
I couldn't tell. I looked at Seth and was like, dude, it looked like
No. When it got to that part, then I was like... As soon as it got to that part, I was like, what the fuck am I watching right now?
It looked like two snot balls smacking against each other.
It looked like two friggin' boogers, like, bing, 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 bing. Like...
I was like, what am I watching?
Imagine if no, I'm not gonna say that. No, literally. So I mean, like in the fight, seeing the trailer. Like in the fight, does symbiotes semi-separate from the host to fight each other? But then the two hosts are fighting each other. I'm like, who the fuck came up? Someone had to have literally sat there and went, "This is kick ass." I'm like, no, it's not kick ass. It looks retarded because the symbiotes are already CGI enough. Now you're going to make them even more fake. And like even Tom Hardy and the dude were animated.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, dude, you just wasted a really good fight between Riot and Venom.
This movie shouldn't have been made.
No, it shouldn't.
It was made for profit.
It was made for profit.
It just saddens me because they're going to get that profit.
Well, no, they made it also probably not just to make some money back. They also made just so they can keep Venom.
So apparently they're spinning off a universe off the back of this. They're gonna do like a Black Cat movie, a Silver Sable movie. They're gonna do a Craven the Hunter movie. They're gonna do. I'm like
Mysterio.
Yo, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, Sony is a bunch of morons. And if this is their initial kickoff, oh my god, this is like if BVS came out first before Man of Steel.
This is nuts to me, but the thing is, it doesn't matter how bad this movie is. People like it enough. And I hate to get mad about that, because I'm like, everything's subjective. But it does kind of irk me that, like, this is going to tell a lot of people that we can make a shit movie. Oh, we're going to make a lot of money off of it, so we're good to go.
It's Transformers.
It is! It reminds me of that.
It's a Transformers syndrome. I think, Transformers syndrome, man.
Because everyone I heard who reviewed this positive is basically like, oh, turn off your brain. Don't hold it to the standard of good comic book movies. You got to think of it as a different kind of movie. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
What kind of criticism is that? Like
that's basically every positive review is turn your brain off, don't think about it, don't think about anything. Just
is this an anime or is this a movie?
Apparently it is.
Apparently this is an anime.
Every positive review I've seen about this movie is literally turn off your brain and don't think about it too much.
No, what I'm thinking about, this is a crappy anime. Isn't it? Yeah. Bad villain, dumb women, dumb characters.
Yeah. But terrible dialogue, too.
Terrible dialogue. Well, some animes have good dialogue, others don't, but...
Well, we said bad anime.
Oh yeah, bad anime. Look, this is a bad anime. This is a really shitty anime. Now that I'm thinking about it. Gee. Like I said, guys, literally, this is a really terrible anime. The only good thing about... there's only 2 scenes out of the entire movie that I got somewhat entertained. But even then, they overstayed their welcome because they were too long.
Venom's not raw sewage, but
it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. I was having
a conversation with someone earlier before you even got here, because, Steph's at my place while we're doing this. I had a conversation with someone earlier. I do think this movie is going to do a lot of harm to the comic book genre. Mm-hmm. I said that because, and I know some people are going to comment below and be like, oh, you're just over-exaggerating. I honestly do, because the thing is, no matter how much bad BVS and Suicide Squad were, I feel like everyone universally was like, okay, these movies weren't very good. Like if you look at the Rotten Tomato scores, it's like, yeah, even it's fresh for fans, but it's just fresh. It's like 60% fresh. And the thing is, too, at least they were trying to do something different. It didn't work.
But they tried.
But this movie is so paint by the numbers with the plot and the villain.
Cliches.
And the hero.
My God.
Everything about this movie is so... It feels like it was made back when Daredevil was made, back when Elektra was
back
made.
Back when, like early to mid to late 90s,
this
comics to early 2000s.
This movie isn't quite as bad as Catwoman, but it has shades of Catwoman. There are shades of Catwoman, right down to the main, right down to this character being, because Catwoman was bad for multiple reasons, but one of the biggest reasons was it wasn't connected to Batman. Yeah. Venom's not connected to Spider-Man in any way.
They brought up New York, though. Literally, like for some reason, Eddie got run out of New York for some bullshit, and that's why he's in San Francisco. That's not really a spoiler. That's literally all the small details
are
hand waved. They're just.
Now, he does go to San Francisco in the comics in the Lethal Protector storyline. Mm-hmm. But that's because Spider-Man, he got tired of Spider-Man fucking with him, so he was like, I'm going to leave. And then he found his heart in San Francisco. And then he came back to New York.
Like I said, oh my God, guy. You know what? I want to put a spoiler right here. Just
spoiler alert.
This is a spoiler. This is one spoiler. That's all I'm going to spoil in this movie.
Which one? What are you spoiling?
Post-credit. I have to, man. I got to get this off my chest. So, if you don't want to know what the post-credit scene is, stop now.
Let's give our score.
Yeah, let's give our score before we talk about that post-credit scene. Because that's like one of the biggest like kicks in the nuts to this movie.
I give it... What'd you give it?
I gave it a 2.
I'm giving it a 1.5.
Damn.
I hated this movie. I hated it more. You know how sometimes movies can grow with you? I'm trying to think. Infinity War grew with me. After I saw it, I was like, okay, I think it was great, and then it kind of grew with me. Man of Steel. Admittedly,
at first
I hated it. Now I just don't think it's that great, but I'm like, it was an okay comic book. Like, I hated it, and it grew on me. This movie grew inside of me like cancer. Rotting me from the fucking inside. And the more I thought about it, the more I hated it. And the more I hated it,
the score went down.
It went down. Like, the only reason it's not complete bullshit raw sewage is because it had 2 pretty good scenes. And the symbiote looked cool sometimes when you could see it, because it was at night and couldn't see it at the fucking time. And I actually did like the voice of the symbiote. Everything else could go in a fucking sewage for all I care. I give it a 1.5.
So,
all right, that is
septic tank.
Yeah, pretty much.
Septic tank. I gave it a 2. Terrible.
That is our review, and we're gonna talk about one spoiler. It's gonna be a few minutes.
One spoiler. This is the only spoiler I'm gonna spoil because the reason why it was the biggest cause of anger for me to really drop my score. Because at first I was about to give it a 3.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna give like a 3.5. Bad movie, but with potential. Right? That's about a 3 for me. But this literally okay, spoiler right now. So if you don't want to know what the post-credit scene, leave right now.
We're going to pause for a few minutes.
And we're going to give you 5 seconds. Okay. They drop Cletus Cassidy like a bad habit. They didn't build up to him. They didn't mention him earlier in like newspapers or police reports. Nope.
By the way, Eddie just has his job back now.
Yeah, like Eddie just has his job back.
He just has his job back.
Let's not get any further than that. So like Eddie gets a job back as a reporter, and for some reason he's going to interview a serial killer. Who else in the Venom verse is serial killer? Cletus fucking Cassidy. And if you want to know where the Carrot Top joke came from, that was because he's literally the dude. I can't remember that actor's name.
I can't remember. Oh, Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, Woody Harrelson is wearing a crimson curly hair wig. It's not like a redhead. It's crimson, like some like fat feminist sort of hairstyle. No offense, but it's just like literally that's what he was wearing. It looked like you bad.
It's so bad and noticeable. I was just like, what are you wearing? What the fuck?
You know what? They could have done it like this. They could have kept him bald and had like his name tag say fucking Cassidy on it. That would have been fine.
Dude.
But they
they were so not subtle.
Oh,
it's gonna be.
No, wait. Let's do this together. All right, we're gonna tell you what Cletus Cassidy said to Eddie when he was gonna during his interview. Ready? When I get out of here, there's gonna be carnage. I'm like. Me and Deshaun laughed so hard that the group of teenagers around us were laughing along with us.
You can tell the movie thought this was gonna be
Yeah, that's the only spoiler we're gonna talk about.
That'd be like at the end of Avengers if Nick Fury was like before he hit the button. What are you doing, Nick? I'm calling Captain Marvel. Okay.
Okay. I mean, way to be blunt.
But no, subtle, just the logo. You put the pieces together.
Motherfucker.
But, like, they were just
They just dropped Carnage. I was like, are you... And like I said, it's PG-13. How are you going to do Carnage?
By the way, the balls on this movie to think that to just think it's going to get a sequel, to just put that in there, because, like, we're getting a sequel. I'm like, come on, man. You're not even taking baby steps. You're doing some DCU shit, man.
I kind of want to see a sequel just to see what they do with it, but at the same time...
I don't.
I'm going to see Carnage. And you're going to see it with me.
I'm not fucking seeing this movie. I'd rather cut my leg off than see that movie.
Damn. Anyway, guys, that's literally our review of Venom.
I cut it off.
That's our review of Venom. Like, so that's the only spoiler we'll give you. We'll give you way more in the rants pretty soon, but that's our score, 1.5. Sean thinks it's a septic tank. I just think it's very terrible. So,
bad taste in coffee for Sam.
Bad taste in coffee. Well, I can't drink coffee. No, literally, that's bile. There you go.
There you go.
Anyway, guys, thank you for joining us on
Comic Game Movie Show.
What'd you think of Venom? Put it down in the comment section below. We'd love to see your feedback. And we will see you
on the next one.
Goodbye.
Carrot Top.